The Senate has suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghen for 6 months over her dispute with Senate President Godswill Akpabio over seating arrangements. The suspension was recommended by the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions, citing her violation of Senate rules and disrespect towards the institution. The committee chairman, Senator Neda Bernards, representing Edo South Senatorial District, submitted that the committee carried out an investigation on Wednesday, during which the female lawmaker was afforded the opportunity to state her own side of the story. He read the committee's report during plenary.
That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghen for 6 months for her total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended for bringing the presiding officer and the entire Senate in general to public opprobrium. 2, that for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or to reduce the term of suspension, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghen shall submit a written apology to the Senate before the reconsideration by the Senate. 3, that the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghen with effect from 6 March 2025 from all legislative activities forthwith.
A cross-section of lawmakers in their contributions expressed concern over the conduct of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghen, insisting that the Senate as an institution must be protected at all costs.
I appreciate you, Mr. President, being a liberalist. You want cooperation, you want collaboration, but the distillment of our rules to the hearing of every senator is very key.
What occurred here was a flagrant disregard or maybe a misunderstanding of these rules.
She had the leverage to do what is needful as a matured and responsible woman. Everywhere, including Berekete Radio, calling number 3 to come and explain things. Just a radio that we licensed. It's an insult.
Again, as I said earlier on, and clearly also stated in the report, he who comes to equity must come with clean hands.
Let the decision of the committee let it stand. Thank you.
That most distinguished Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghen be so suspended, then my advice and appeal to her will be that she spends her period of suspension to read and learn our rules very well.
In pleading for mercy, the minority leader, Senator Ababa Moros, recommended a 3-month suspension, which he said was enough for the embattled lawmaker to realize her mistakes.
Today, we are faced with this situation that we all know impinges on the integrity of this institution.
However, the lawmakers ruled that the suspension could be lifted or reduced if she tenders a written apology. After contributions were made by some senators from the ruling and minority parties, President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, highlighted his personal connection to the senator, emphasizing that she is the wife of a close friend. He recounted an experience from 2020.
Because even the senator we are discussing is the wife of my very close friend and brother. So I thought. On the day of our marriage, I slept in Kogi, in her house, 2021 or 22. The next day, I ran to Uduaghan airport. I missed my flight because the plane could not land since there had no light.
Let's proceed.
So I ended up sleeping at Dangote cement factory.
Yes, sir. There's no point.
With 9 people. So I spent 3 days. Please give me a chance to say something. Even when Senator Webwe attempted to say that he was present in the same car. The social media said he was lying. But you see, we have been taken to the floor. We have been dragged to the floor. I have a responsibility, if you look at the rules of the Senate. I don't only interpret the rule.
The suspension for 6 months was sustained by the Senate President after a voice vote.
That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghen for 6 months for a total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended, for bringing the presiding officer and the entire Nigerian Senate in general to public opprobrium. Those in support of prayer will say aye, aye. Those against say nay. I put the question. Those in support of prayer will say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. That for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or reducing the tenor of suspension, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghen shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration of this case by the Senate. Those in support of prayer to say aye. Those against say nay. No. The ayes have it. Prayer 3, liberalism. Prayer 3, that the Senate do suspend Senator Akpoti-Uduaghen with effect from 6th day of March 2025 from all legislative activities forward. Those in support of prayer 3 say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.